Hey y'all, I want to drop a little midday perspective on y'all today. I want to speak to forgiveness. I know on my last the a few interpretation of the Psalms ago, I spoke to forgiveness, and I'd like to go into greater detail with that on with y'all today, real quick. Forgiveness is really a selfish endeavor. Forgiveness doesn't have anything to do with anyone outside of you, friend. A lot of people have a misconception of forgiveness, thinking that it shows weakness and that in order to forgive, you must be some sort of passive person that just lets people do anything they want to you. They come upon you and treat you any kind of way and take things from you and mishandle you, and you don't even defend yourself. That is not forgiveness. No. Forgiveness is what happens after all of the stuff that has been done is done. Forgiveness is the response you have to that situation. Are you going to allow that situation to cover you and for you to take with you along your path all of the negativity that comes from the various situations you go in and out of in life? Or do you value yourself enough? Do you see the God in you enough, and have you aligned with it enough to know the difference in what you feel carrying those situations than what you felt before you came into them? And which feeling matters most? I myself, friend, have come in and out of many troubling situations in my life. And I have each and every time chosen to forgive. Not because it was the bigger thing to do, not because God ordains us to do that, but because it made me feel better. In order to go certain places spiritually, in order to feel light and free in life, one must be light. One must pack light. You can't ascend to higher places. You can't vibrate to higher frequencies holding all of these heavy, low-level energies with you that you accumulate along your way. You must let them go, and in order to let them go, you must forgive. Forgiveness is the method in which you let them go. So forgiveness for me is truly a selfish endeavor. It has nothing to do with anyone outside of myself. It is not that I've forgotten. It is not that I accept. It is not that I agree with any of the negativity that I may have come in and out of, or that any individual may have come in and out of in their lives. It has everything to do with what you choose to take with you after, or even within that situation. Do you allow the negativity of the situation to alter you? Did you prize the you before you walked into that situation enough to be able to humbly forgive so that you can get that part of yourself back? Forgiveness also, friend, has to do with how you look at all of the hills and valleys you walk through in life. How do you see these situations? Do you see them as the devil coming upon you and God not protecting you in them? Or do you see yourself as a formidable individual in the earth that walks with God, or that walks within yourself in acknowledgement of God, knowing that all is well and that no weapon formed against you will not ever prosper? Because if you truly believe that and you know that, then you know all the hills and valleys are designed to strengthen you. So even in your frustrations are temporary. You are grateful for the rewards that you got. All of the negatives are minimal to the positives that you gain from those situations. It's looking at the situation from a different perspective. Looking at it from a first-person perspective. Looking at it from a place of power. Not from a place of weakness. Not from a position of a victim. And in doing so, it is nothing for you to forgive. Because you know that you have been blessed regardless. Regardless to whether you had to stand in front of that situation for years and deal with it and wrestle with it and be tormented by it. Whether it frightened you and you had to deal with the fear and all of these different things, whatever it was that frustrated you in that situation, you will learn alternates to those frustrations that will be blessings to you. And those things you could focus on, making it that much easier for you to forgive because you now feel as if you've gained instead of lost. And even if you did have to swap out or lose in order to gain, it was worth it because of what you gained. And what you gained was much greater than what you had to swap out or lose. Also, friend, forgiveness has to do with looking at the people, all the players that you must forgive, and seeing yourself in them. This is maturity. This is getting to a place in life knowing that we are all neck to neck in this. There is none greater than another. There are those that have done the work internally that can reach back and assist another that is going through the same situations, but we all have very similar walks in this life. We're 1 to 2 degrees away from separation. We're neck to neck. So when you look at the people that you must forgive, you must see yourself in them. This is maturity. And you say, I can relate to that because I've been there. Because it takes time to get to a place of maturity. It takes time to get to a place of true forgiveness. To be able to really look at something with the wisdom that only experience gives you, and to be able to empathize and to see yourself in that. And in doing so, all judgment falls away. All condemnation falls away. You see the good instead of the bad. And you're able to move forward, blessed with more gifts, and laying down all of the things that you had to overcome while walking through all of that. Still light, still able to ascend, still able to do the things you love spiritually, yet with far greater knowing. That's what forgiveness does, friend. I hope I've said this correctly as I feel it in my spirit. I woke up with this on my spirit today. Forgiveness has nothing to do with the person that you're forgiving. Nothing. It does not mean that you condone the behavior. It does not mean that you will allow them to continue on with it. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that you love yourself. It means that you respect yourself enough to know what is worthy and what is not. It means that you don't cast your pearls at the feet of swine, and you don't sit in slop. You love yourself enough to know what does not serve you. You know what feels good and what doesn't because you studied yourself. Forgiveness shows that you are wise, and that you are mature, you are observant, and that you are capable. It has nothing in the world to do with the people that you must forgive. The only reason that they are even involved is because they were players in the situation that you must now forgive. That's the only relevancy that they have. You're loved more than you'll ever know. I come forward with these truths because I know them. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Peace and love.